Ali Hassan JOHO is back in the country after 7 months absence, and the former Mombasa governor is saying it is just about time. It is about when, not if, he is going to join the Azimio la Umoja countrywide activities. From the sources that I've gathered, or rather from the other multiple reports, Raila Odinga has asked the former Mombasa governor, who is also deputy party leader at ODM party, to relocate in Nairobi and operate from Orange House so that he can help steer the ODM agenda ahead as the Azimio continues with the rest of activities. Hassan JOHO's absence in the country, out of the country, created a lot of suspicion on the breakaway. But remember, at that time, multiple reports, malicious reports came through about how different sectors maybe did not play their role on Raila Odinga's reigning to presidency. However, while announcing his comeback, he looks rejuvenated and announced that his political comeback, that he cannot go away from Raila Odinga's political school. Listen to that here.
Absent for a while. What is your message?
Well, let it be known, first of all, I have been unwell. I have gone through some surgery. I am recovering, and that is the only reason as to why you haven't seen me where you're supposed to see me. But I want it to be known that I subscribe 100% fully, completely to the ideology of Azimio and that of Raila Amolo Odinga. It must be known. Mimi ni ODM, ODM ni mimi. Baba ni mimi na mimi ni baba. It must be known. There's no doubt about that. Ni hali ya afya haikuniruhusu na pengine mpaka sasa bado haijaniruhusu kuwa katika msukumano. But usiulize swali.
The last time Hassan JOHO was in public was during this event. This was the swearing in of Abdul Samad Nasir, the current Mombasa governor. And while at it, he still looked strong, but he was saying, and I think him leaking out information, that there were some leaders around in the UDA that had even threatened him and were sending him videos, something that many believed maybe he decided to leave the country out of uncertainty. But from what he's saying there, he's saying that he underwent a surgery, he had been sick, and so he underwent a surgery outside. And then that's when even the doctors did not allow him still to come back. But he left during a lot of things were really going on, even in terms of Mombasa Port. And before we look at that, look at this last public appearance when look at the body language, rather how he was strong, or his attitude when he was actually talking about this issue.
Nataka kusema siasa imeenda vile imeenda, na nataka munisikie. Siasa imeenda vile. Juzi nilipokuwa nyumbani kwangu, iko mjumbe mmoja ya UDA alinitumia mimi message, akanitumia mimi ka video cha campaign yale alikuwa anasema katika campaign, na akanambia, sasa unasemaje? Nataka nimwambie kuwa katika upinzani sio kifo, my friend. Being in opposition is not death sentence. Na nikamwambia huyo mjumbe, tafuta fala wa kutisha, lakini sio mimi, my friend. Tumeelewana? Tumeelewana? Na nikamwambia wewe kwanza ni mjumbe, mtu mdogo sana. Hiyo kazi nilifanya miaka 10 iliyopita. Huwezi ongea kitu mbele yangu. Tumeelewana? Na nawaambia wajumbe wa UDA wasitufikirie sisi wewe usicheze na sisi. Yani vijiduda vidogo vidogo vina mdomo wa kuongea kuliko hata bosi yao.
From that video, there is an observation you can make that JOHO, even after that election, he still remained combative. It is a very, so his comeback signals really very serious political interpretation, and I think Kenya Kwanza will not welcome him because they will not. It will not be a welcome call to Kenya Kwanza because they've always wanted the Azimio team to disintegrate. But as things go, I think Raila is simply trying to put the team together. I want us to interpret JOHO's political comeback in Azimio as far as the current political dispensation, rather the current political discourse is concerned. But just before that, I want still to remind you about our fundraiser that we're going to complete on this weekend towards the support of Mercy's family. We have done the first bit of it, and then what remains is to make sure that we can help the husband acquire a motorbike, and that motorbike will help him to run errands and even support the family. So that's the fundraiser that is going on. We had got, I think we are short of it by now around 43,000. I believe we will be in a position to do that. So kindly let's support with the 50 shillings challenge. Anything you can get, we'll get. And for those who maybe did not have a glimpse of what had happened, I'm going to pin this video towards the end of this podcast so that you can watch and have a clear picture on the situation of the family. So guys, after last general election, Azimio was plagued by defections and people going underground. And you will understand why. Remember, even one of the strongest defenders of Raila Odinga, Junet Mohammed, came under sharp criticism about the stories about agents. Things I've always said I don't believe. Junet will not want Raila to fail because what was Ruto going to give him that Raila could not give him if Raila would become president? And so they decided to go down because of uncertainty. And I think when William Ruto also took power, there was a lot of whipping. There's a lot of dealing with people. There's a lot of revisit missions. The port issue had really triangulated Hassan JOHO commercial interests in Mombasa. And there was just a port. It was just a time to know when to retreat. Even in a war, you need to know when to retreat. And if you want to know, JOHO had not been so much in the background. Here is if you look at, there is a photo I want you to look at, this one. Now, this photo here was a photo that he met Raila, then Paranya and Junet, and met Gaucho. I remember this was in February after the first rally in, I think that was the first rally that was a rally in Kibera, and after that rally, Gaucho and Nuru Kanga were complaining that they had been sidelined in the formation of that MDD, Movement for Democracy, for Defense of Democracy. And after doing that stormy press conference, the next day, Hassan JOHO and the team met these young people, met these leaders. And from that time, that issue was ironed out. So one thing you will always see is indirectly, you had been involved. In fact, I was telling someone that the last person I would expect to leave the ODM wing is actually Hassan JOHO. Because there were rumors that he would make a political comeback, perhaps by vying as Mombasa senator in future, maybe in 2027. So he still had those elective ambitions. So this is a factor that came up and played even towards the last time. Now, Mombasa had been overtaken. And when JOHO, because of lack of a vocal person, the port reversal was perhaps deemed as a way to neutralize the commercial powerhouse that would affect, to neutralize the Mombasa billionaires, which Hassan JOHO is part of that. But Mombasa lacked a voice because the leaders who are in conformity with UDA, I think they cannot call out when things are wrong. I'm talking about Mohamed Chupevu, and also I think there was also Hassan Omar. Those are the ones that are in conformity with the current administration, and the Kingi. Kingi has failed the test of taking over as the kingpin of the coast, and has failed that test because the job that was given, the position that was given, is a Nairobi-based job. And it's a white-collar job that only allows you to interact with the senators. There is nowhere he's interacting with the community, and there is nowhere that his voice has been suppressed. So Hassan, so Kingi, the Speaker of the Senate, Mohamed Chichopevu, the Nyali MP, and the Ella MP Hassan Omar, both of these three leaders who are seen as the ones that should be leading the coastal region and defending the coastal region, that seems to have failed. And Hassan JOHO might have seen that. Raila might have told him that, look here, you need to come back because the others have failed. You know, the perception was when UDA succeeds, then things are going to be tough for this ODM wing in the coast, and they're going to run with it. But they failed to put checks and balances on the UDA administration. I remember the debate about appointment of the MD. The Kenya Ports Authority appointment, that appointment by the Kipruto guy, there was a lot of articles and a lot of stories that were done on power struggles on appointing the new MD. Now, some of these issues are normally fixed politically. If you want to know that the regional aspect, what's happening in this country now, you'll hear Rigathi Gachagua talking about our people, and that he talks about Mount Kenya. You will hear in Western some MPs talking about our people. And I remember Boni Khalwale speaking about, you cannot take Mumias sugar and Zoe sugar from us because it is ours. So the narrative of ours seems to have really gotten its way in the current administration. And someone will ask, then who is talking on behalf of the coast? And if I want to tell you that this is not something lightly, that Sakwa, Matilda Sakwa, the woman who was Director General at NYS that lost her job, we complained, and I think the public raised eyebrows why Musalia Mudavadi could not defend her in that government. And today, she's been reappointed. Why not for the public outcry about bungling out of people? Because when she left, the person that was given that position is, I understand, comes from the Rift Valley. So there's a lot of that uproar. So as much as things are going on now, I think there is regional balkanization, and this has been done by the current administration. JOHO would not leave the old uniform since he stands a chance to rejuvenate the coast politics, and speculations are also right that he might have met Aisha Jumwa and Charity Ngelo, those two leaders in the recent past, and these meetings really pointed out into efforts to rejuvenate. Aisha Jumwa wants to be Kilifi governor, and the ground is very slippery for the UDA there, for them to make their way. So let's get to understand more into this. The presence of the comeback of Hassan JOHO, what do you think is going to add? I'm telling you, you cannot doubt. For him, in the political fold, he's not a subtraction, he's not a liability, he is an asset that you can trust and believe in. Remember, Raila even lacks the combative team. I look at that principles. The only person that is very combative but very cunning is Wajakoya. The rest are diplomatic. I think also Martha Karua tries, but again, you also want to be very diplomatic. So, Hassan JOHO coming back here for me is something that cannot be taken lightly. I am seeing some 4 inputs that JOHO is now bringing on fold. The other one is this. JOHO is going to bolster and checkmate Abdul Swamad Nasir bromance with the UDA. And so long as now JOHO is in the fold and is going to have a stake into the ODM party, UDA are trying to make inroads. And I'm meant to understand that to some extent, they will even be willing to give Abdul Swamad Nasir the UDA ticket to vie for the election in Mombasa in 2027. Something that I can say will be very suicidal, but who knows? You know, William Ruto would want to kill those careers so that he manages transition smoothly. So that issue is there. The fact that now JOHO is back, I think it's upon Abdul Swamad then to choose which direction. Are you going to dance fully to the tune of UDA, or you have then to wade through? But I think give it to him. Abdul Swamad has really tried to stick to the ODM side because he's a governor because of ODM. You can take that, you can challenge that, but that's the truth. We don't fight with facts. And so, JOHO realized, and you know something happened, Mombasa, since Raila Odinga, it's normally a bit of an ODM zone. And the fact that during the mass action, there was no single element of protest in Mombasa. It was partly blamed for the Ramadan. But then I want to ask, even Nairobi here, even the other cities, the Ramadan is there. Ramadan is not an exclusively Mombasa thing. But then it was exclusively blamed on that. However, JOHO might have seen. And that's why I'm telling you that in the coast, there's been a bit of calm kidogo. You don't know which is the direction. And JOHO realized that, oh, Mombasa is quiet. I need to do something. So he's going to add the coastal. Actually, he's going to fill the coastal vacuum in Azimio agenda. Because remember, even the rallies in Mombasa, you know, they did Mombasa and the coast, they did Mombasa and Kilifi. But again, after that, it's been a bit silent. For some of these things, there is normally mobilization, political mechanization, or someone will say. There is a mechanism that must be put in it. People don't just come out and protest. So because of the quietness in Mombasa and bit of it was being left aloof, he's realized that there is something to do. And I think Azimio is regrouping because there is vote mobilization. Take this to bank. This bipartisan talks, it will only yield any fruit if it culminates in a constitutional review process. The bipartisan talks is just another version of BBI. And William Ruto has accepted that it has to be that way. So, there is vote mobilization going on, and I think that's why the team are now trying to consolidate. And lastly, looking at how UDA are trying to push their party through, I think JOHO is emerging as the power that can rejuvenate the ODM party, and that's why he's really being asked to be based in Nairobi so that he can give the ODM party some power, and he will then really steer the party as in preparation for the next general election. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my take. I don't know what you're feeling about the comeback of JOHO. For me, it's a big addition. It's a big boost for Raila Odinga. I think you needed to consolidate the team together. It's very important. And now let me leave you with the video of the couple here. For Muslim brothers, happy Eid al-Fitr. I think I've said it well. Eid al-Fitr, yes. May we see a successful day. Stephen, you told me that your wife has a challenge. It's not someone, it's someone detained in the hospital, okay?
Yeah.
Can you take us through what exactly happened, or where did it start?
Okay, this started after my wife gave birth at Mtaani Hospital.
Date?
On date 20th February. So after she gave birth, mtoto alikuwa nursery after 5 days. So after 5 days from nursery, we went back home. We were just home, things were well. After some few weeks, then wife got complications. Alianza kubleed, mysteriously bleeding, and I was shocked. Ran out to call the doctor, and the doctor told me to bring the lady in the hospital.
Wapi? Unaishi wapi?
Okay, naishi Dandora.
Okay.
Phase 5.
Okay.
So daktari alijaribu, akashindwa. The lady was seriously bleeding. Akaniambia nitafute taxi to rush mgonjwa Kenyatta. Nikafanya hivyo, tukafika Kenyatta. Wakati nilifika Kenyatta, mama alikuwa admitted. Na from hapo, so
alikuwa admitted sasa Kenyatta.
Alikuwa admitted Kenyatta hospital.
Na wakati alikuwa admitted, the child now, but the child,
okay,
the child is fine?
By the time...
But then this is the child.
Yeah.
And
this is my baby.
This is your baby. And
yeah.
Ni boy and
baby boy. To Jason.
Oh, good. Even my son was born in February. So now, where are you from first?
Okay, right now I'm from the Kenyatta Hospital. Nilipeleka mtoto kunyonya. And that is how I always do it. Nampeleka, ananyonya, namrudisha kwa nyumba.
Unampeleka kila siku?
Daily.
In the morning, ama unakana the whole day?
No. I nampeleka in the evening. In the evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then sasa sahi ukitoka mnaenda tu mnalala.
Sahi nikitoka naenda kwa nyumba. So nikiwa pale kwa nyumba, mtoto ana survive na maziwa ya kuchemsha. Nachemsha, naongeza maji kidogo. and that's
Wow,
it.
wow,
Yeah.
wow. You've really impressed me. How about the child? Yeah, alikuwa sawa hata wakitoka Pumwani?
Okay, mtoto wakati tulikuwa tunatoka Pumwani, mtoto since alikunywa ile amniotic fluid, ile uchafu, so mtoto amekuwa na shida hiyo ya kungorota, anangorota. Ni kama anafungana hewa.
Okay.
So doctors gave me some medicine, ile ya kudrop kwa mapua wakati anatoa hiyo sauti. So hiyo ndo nimekuwa nikitumia, but still at times nasikia anatoa hiyo sauti kama
hata sasa nasikia na
hata sasa. Yeah.
What did the doctors in Kenyatta say was the problem?
Doctors in Kenyatta waliniambia mama wakati alizaa kuna vile mtoto alimrarua, they got a tear. So walimshona, alienda theater wakamshona.
Na alizaa normal?
Alizaa normal.
Na tear. Okay. So, anafaa show me or something. Okay.
Yeah.
You may not understand because we don't have a lady here.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was what was bringing the complication about the bleeding.
Yeah.
Guys, I was told this, and I really got touched by his story, Stephen's story. You know, when he was telling me you were in Kenyatta, and I was like, okay, what's going on? So it's been there for how many days?
Since date second.
Date second.
Yeah.
The bill is?
The bill is 80,000.
80,000.
Yeah.
Wow. But then, now that you take care every evening, when do you go to work? Now, do you even go to work now that?
No. Okay. About my work, I'm a boda rider. Na pikipiki naendesha ni ya mtu na ni ya loan. So wakati nilikuwa na hii shida, pikipiki ilibidi tu iendelee kufanya kazi sababu inalipwa daily. So mwenyewe alichukua na alitafuta mwingine aendelee.
Oh, so what you normally, your work is kuendesha boda?
Yes.
So because of this, that is you can. But then how do you survive? Okay, you should not ask that. So should get what is the terms of the loan? How much do you pay to get a pikipiki and loan so that you pay pole maybe?
Okay, for now, loan walipandisha nini deposit. Kwa saa hii deposit ni 25,000.
Okay. Then so if you get 25,000,
yes,
you go and pay, and you're given a motorbike on loan.
Yeah.
Then you pay is the rest in installments.
Yeah.
Which you can manage.
I can manage to get 500 per day.
You unapata endesha around Dandora.
Yeah.
Wow. Guys, I brought Stephen here because I wanted us to get feel of this story, and this is one we can do this. We've always done this. This is 80,000. Today's date 14. If you give yourself 1 week, Friday. Yeah, so let's try. Let's do a 50 shillings challenge. I've decided not to. I'm going to share the number, nobody's number, because of a bit of that disturbance. But I am also asking those who can be willing to reach out to me. My number is there. I'll directly connect you with him so that whichever God has blessed you with, at least I talk. So Mama amekaa hospitali for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you guys are young couples, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, and may God bless you for being a father to this child. I know it's really touching. It's really touching the heart, and I believe that as Bold family, this will come to an end. I know we will find a way. Okay.
I appreciate it.
Sawa. Asante. Aya.